Alright, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Casey, and today's reading, I wanted it to be, what is the answer that you need right now? Whether you have a specific question in mind, or maybe you just don't even know where to start. You just feel very uncertain, you feel like you don't have a clear mind. What will help you dig in and find, what is the right path, or what is the right place to start, or just, what answer do you need right now? If you're just feeling really uncertain and like you don't have a clear mind. That's what I want to bring you today, is clarity and an answer to whatever you're unsure of. So today I have 3 different readings for you to choose from. With pile 1, we have the blue lace agate. With pile 2, we have the yellow calcite. And with pile 3, we have the clear quartz. So go ahead and pause, figure out which reading you feel most drawn to. There will be timestamps down in the description box below so you can quickly jump to whichever reading that you want to listen to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, pile 1. If you chose the blue lace agate, then this is going to be the reading for you. And I want to start off by saying, I feel like I always have to say this, but this reading is going to be brutally honest. It might hurt your feelings, but the reason that I do this is because I believe that you are entitled to the truth. I think if you're not seeing something clearly, I'm not going to help you put on the rose-tinted glasses. I'm going to try to show you the truth so that you can make the best informed decisions for yourself, and so that in the end, you don't get hurt. And so I start this by saying this because I can already tell that this message is going to be something that you might not want to hear. Maybe it's something that you haven't been wanting to admit, but Spirit wants to bring this message to you for a reason. And so I also just want to say, if it doesn't resonate, don't force it to resonate. If it really does not sound good to you, or it does not sound right, and you know that, it could just be that you chose the wrong pile, or it could be that the video isn't meant for you. But I think that this reading is specifically for people that do have this underlying intuitive feeling that this is the truth, and yet there's something about it that, whether it's their body, their mind, or their ego, is like trying to force them away from it because for some reason you don't want to admit that this is the truth. So the reason that I say all this is because I have a feeling that this has to do with your romantic life for some reason. And what I'm seeing is, I don't know if there's somebody new in your life, or if maybe this is an ex that's come back, like you've given them a second chance, or, you're trying to start a relationship with somebody. But I think intuitively, deep within yourself, there's red flags going off. There's alarm bells going off, but you right now, you're kind of silencing them, or you're not listening to yourself. You're not listening to your heart. And I think the reason that you're not doing this is because of your ego. I'm just saying it straight out. I think that there's a part of you that wants to let this person in, whether it's from a desire to just be in a relationship, no matter who the person is, or if maybe you were so heartbroken by what happened with them before that you're like, I just need to have them back in my life. I want this to work out again. I think you right now, you are making decisions based off ego and feelings, and I think that this person, I'm just going to say it straight up, it does not seem like this is a good person for you. Because there are signs here in the cards saying that you need to be protected. You should not be taking steps towards this person. And even your personal intuition, I think if you were to really sit down with yourself and be honest, even your intuition is kind of saying, this person doesn't make me feel safe. I don't 100% feel like myself when I'm with this person. I feel like I'm putting on a disguise, or I'm putting up a facade to make them like me, or maybe I have to be more inauthentic in order for them to like me, or maybe I'm only with this person because of they make me feel this certain feeling, or because maybe they're super attractive and your friends are like, wow, look at who you pulled. There's something about this relationship where I feel like you're in it not fully because you love this person or because you want to be with them, but because you're getting something out of it that is satisfying your ego. And I think if you continue down this path, what I'm seeing is this is going to be somebody that either they end up hurting you, like you let them back into your life and they end up breaking your heart all over again, or you're going to end up breaking your own heart and looking in the mirror and saying, I don't recognize the person that's looking back at me. Because it has led you to be so inauthentic, to not be true to yourself. You find yourself saying things that you don't agree with just to please this other person, or just to maintain this relationship, or just to get them to like you. And I want to say, I'm not saying this to tell you to beat yourself up. I'm saying this because Spirit wants to protect you from somebody that is only going to cause you harm in the end. And I'm not saying that this is a horrible person, but I think You know what just came to mind is maybe this person has different values than you. Like, for instance, this is just a random example. It doesn't necessarily need to be you, but let's say that this person really values, or let's just say that this person is a Christian, for example. Nothing against Christians in general, but let's say that this person is a Christian and you want so badly to be with this person, maybe because they're so attractive, or they make all this money, or your family loves them, or you just really feel the need to be in a relationship because everybody else that you know is in a relationship and like this is the best possible contender. But let's say that you personally are, I don't know, Jewish, and that's something that you can't compromise on. You really want to be with somebody who has the same faith and same values as you. But by being with this person, you're denying those personal values that you have. You're doing something that you know inherently doesn't feel right to you. You've always told yourself that you want to be with somebody of the same religion or the same faith, or you want to be with somebody that values the same things as you. But you're going against this because for some reason, being with them is satisfying your ego in some way. Like I said, I know that that's a pretty random analogy. That doesn't necessarily need to be what you're going through, but I get the sense that it's something along those lines. And if you were to really look within, you know that this relationship, what you're going into, does not feel right. And so if the answer you're looking for is like, should I move forward with this person? Should I continue to stay in this relationship? I think if you're asking yourself that right now, the answer is probably no. If you're uncertain, I want you to dig into that. Ask yourself, why am I so uncertain? Why am I not fully 100% in? Why do I feel bad after I spend time with them? And I think it's, Spirit is trying to tell you, you can hear these alarm bells going off. You can see the red flags popping up, but you have rose-tinted glasses on. And when those rose-tinted glasses on, all flags look red because that's the outlook that you've decided to put on. And so what I'm seeing is, with the Love card and the High Priestess reversed, you're, like I said, you have this intuitive feeling within that it's like you've hit the snooze button on the alarm bells, but they're still going off within you. There is something within you, in your body, in your mind, that you know this doesn't feel right. But with the Love card, it's like, how can I just maximize this feeling? How can I go on more elaborate, more fun dates? How can I show this person off on social media more? How can I try to make myself feel right in this relationship? A real relationship that you are meant for, you won't need to force that feeling, but I think right now you're trying to force it to feel right. You're trying to force yourself to look at all the positives so that you don't see the negatives. Like, for instance, if we go back to the values analogy, you know inherently this person does not have the same values as me. That is a deal breaker. And yet you're still like, oh, but last night's date was so fun and I'm looking forward to the next one, and oh, here's all these fun things that we can do, and like I want to introduce them to my friends. But then there's still that message within your body that's like, they don't have those same values as you. This person doesn't feel right to us. That's what your body is trying to tell you. But instead you're like, la 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 la, I just want to focus on the good. I want to focus on the excitement. I want to focus on liking this person. And you can still like this person, but I think you are the kind of person that if you're not 100% in, if something feels even slightly off, that feeling doesn't just go away. And that's what's eating you up right now. And I think that's why you're asking yourself, should I keep going with this person? Should I keep trying to make this work out? And you're just flip-flopping back and forth. But I think what you know inside and what Spirit is trying to tell you is moving forward with this relationship, trying to pursue this, it's only going to dig you into a deeper hole that's going to be harder to get out of. And with the Sweetness card and the Seven of Swords reversed, it almost makes me think that you are somebody who, like Spirit is bringing forward this message, you are somebody who is so genuine and kind and sweet and deserving of love. And when I see the Seven of Swords reversed, like I said, I don't necessarily know like why this person doesn't feel right to you, but just with the meaning of the tarot card Seven of Swords, this card often talks about trickery. It can be about lies. It can be about going behind somebody's back. And with you showing up in this Sweetness card, it's showing like you are this sweet, genuine person who should not be with somebody that is going to hurt you or go behind your back. And so I think for those of you who maybe this is an ex that you're letting back into your life, I need you to stop focusing on the good for a moment and remember, why did we kick this person out in the first place? What did they do that hurt us? Because maybe they have claimed that they're different and that they'll never do it again, but then there's that intuition again ringing that bell that, hey, they're saying this thing, but I know deep down they are still that same person. They are still the kind of person that could hurt me, the same kind of person that could go behind my back, that could break my heart again. There's something within your nervous system telling you that this person is not right, this person is not safe. And I don't necessarily mean like they're not physically safe. I mean like you don't feel emotionally safe with this person. And you need to stop focusing on the good or, oh, maybe they've changed or how it could work out. There is something within you that you are denying, that you are ignoring, and that is truth. Your intuition is truth. Your intuition knows all. And I and Spirit don't want you to get to this point where you end up having to face the music because something did happen, because they did cheat on you, or because you get to the talks about marriage and suddenly they want you to convert to their religion. You're like, but I never wanted that. I want you to be in my religion. And then it's like, how much time have we invested in this only to realize it was never going to work out, and all the signs were there in the beginning. I should have just listened to them. And Spirit is like bringing you this concrete message of this is not meant to be, because they know it's not going to go anywhere. And if it is going somewhere, it's going to you getting hurt. It's going to you being heartbroken. And it's going to this not working out. And I do not usually give these kinds of messages. I love to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I love to tell them, well, the decision is up to you. But these cards are so clear to me that all I'm seeing is if you continue to move forward and continue to deny your intuition, deny that feeling within yourself telling you that this is not going to work out, well, then you're going to keep moving forward and it's not going to work out. And then you're going to just be in a worse spot than if you were to cut it off right now. Or, I don't like telling people, like, you should cut this off, you should do this. Because I feel like that's not really what I try to do with my readings. Is I try to lay out all the facts and then let you make a decision. But I think you're at this point where you don't want to make a decision. You want to keep denying. You want to keep moving forward. And not only is this, like I said, not only is it going to hurt you in the long run when this relationship doesn't work out, but it's going to ruin your relationship with yourself. You're going to lose that self-trust, and you're going to lose that self-confidence and self-esteem because you denied yourself over and over and over again. And then it's like a heartbreak even worse, because not only did this relationship that you were hoping for not work out, but now your relationship with yourself feels so broken because there's that little part of yourself trying to stand up for you, trying to protect you, trying to make sure that you are safe, trying to make sure that you're not with the wrong person, but you denied it. And Spirit and myself don't want you to get to that point. We want you to have more trust in yourself than in chasing the desires of your ego. Because your ego is never going to lead you to a good place. Your ego is built upon insecurity, it's built upon fear, and the ego does have a purpose. It's supposed to protect us from things that will hurt us. But is being on your own so bad? Is going through this breakup right now so bad? Is facing the music and standing up for yourself and saying this doesn't feel right, and actually, putting up those boundaries or saying goodbye to this person, is that really so bad? Do you need to force yourself to keep going down this path till you get hurt for you to finally wake up and realize, man, I should have trusted my intuition all along? Because I don't know, maybe even your friends, I don't know, how much or how long you've known this person or how long you've been kind of talking to this person, but I wouldn't be surprised if for some of you, even your friends are kind of telling you, like, this person doesn't really seem right, or like that date that you guys went on where this person completely disregarded you and like didn't care about your time and like, did XYZ bad thing. Like, your friends are trying to bring it to your attention. This person doesn't really seem like all that. Or maybe you've even had a friend that's like, hey, this person, their values don't really align with yours. Like, is this really somebody you want to be with long term if you know it's not going to work out long term? And so if there's that voice, and there's your intuition, and there's this, ask yourself, why am I still trying to go forward with this? What is it about this relationship that I need so badly? What is it that is within me causing me to move forward towards something I know is not good for me? And start focusing on that instead. Don't focus on this other person. Don't focus on appearances. Don't focus on ego. Focus on yourself and why you're putting yourself in this position. Why are you actively trying to hurt yourself? What are you getting out of this? And ask yourself, this thing that I'm trying to get out of this, is this something that I could get in a healthier way? Like, for example, if it has to do with insecurity, like all your friends are in relationships except for you, and you feel the need to be in one. Is there a better way that we could go about building up that self-confidence? Is there a better way that we could be proud of ourselves? Can we build more into our career? Could we build more into our purpose? Or could we just start giving more to ourselves and being happy with where we're at? And if you're like, well, I can't, I need this external thing, then I think it's time to actually get some real help and ask yourself, like, is it worth it to have myself be hurting so that I can keep up appearances or look a certain way or feel like I'm worthy? And I want you to know, with the cards that Spirit brought out for you, love and sweetness, I think you are so worthy. I think that you have so much to give. I think that you are a beautiful individual with such a unique spark that so many people would want to cherish. But you can't give that spark to the wrong person, because they're going to stamp it out and they're not going to value it. And your spirit guides are so proud of who you are. They love you so deeply. And I can just see in this reading, you are such a special soul. Don't give that away to somebody that's not going to value it. If this person doesn't seem like they're going to value you the way that you need to be valued, why would you give yourself to them? It's like if you have this beautiful Bugatti, this really expensive car that's like handmade, worth so much money, and then you just give it to somebody who like beats up their cars and gets into accidents and texts and drives, like, then the Bugatti is going to get ruined. That Bugatti, you are the Bugatti. You deserve to go to somebody that is going to cherish you, that's going to keep you in a nice garage, that's going to take you to all your maintenance appointments and is going to drive you the speed limit and be very careful with you, and somebody that's going to love you and be proud of you. And I want you to ask yourself, is this person going to treat me that way? Do I actually, if I take the rose-colored glasses off, do I actually think that they're going to treat me this way? And if the answer is not yes to all of those things, then I think you have your answer there. And finally, like I said, I don't like to give these 100% answers of you should not do this, because I enjoy everybody having their free will. I think my purpose as a tarot card reader is to bring you all the facts so that you can make the decision for yourself. But the cards that Spirit laid out for you are Protection and the Magician reversed. These cards are just 100% to me saying, do not move forward with this person. First of all, the Magician reversed. The Magician, when it's upright, is all about like movement, action, like, yes, do this thing, you are capable. With it reversed, Spirit is 100% saying, stop in your tracks, do not continue to move forward. With the Protection card, it is telling you, wake up, protect yourself. Do not let this person into your space. Do not let them into your heart. Because whether this is a new person that you've met, and like I said, those red flags are coming up, or whether it's an ex that you're letting back into your life for some god-awful reason, first of all, exes are exes for a reason. They should not be back in our lives. There's a reason that things didn't work out. The cards you're getting here, protect yourself and do not move forward, Spirit is laying it out, straight up. This is not somebody that we are meant to move forward with. This is not somebody that you are meant to be with. And I'm sorry, that is not the message that I like to give, and I know it's not the message you want to receive, but if you came here looking for these answers, I'm not just going to be a yes man and be like, well, it looks like maybe you can change them. No, this person's on their own path. And never go into a relationship thinking, I can fix them. A person is not a fix-it-up project. They're a human being, and at the end of the day, it's up to them what they decide to value, how they decide to change. And it doesn't matter if you're the most perfect person in the world. Somebody that does not want to change is not going to change. And they're going to end up dimming your spark. And so Spirit can tell this is not the right person for you. And like I said, it doesn't mean that they have to be evil or a bad person. Sometimes even two great people just aren't meant to be in a relationship because, like I said, maybe their values are different. Maybe their outlooks on life are different. Maybe the direction that they want to take their life is different. And if being with this person forces you to be inauthentic, or to deny your true self, or to deny your intuition in order to be with them, then I don't think that this is the right person for you. And I think that's where I'm going to end the reading, because I'm not here to yell at you. I'm here to lay out the facts, to allow Spirit to come forward and tell you what you need to be told. And like I said, it's not an easy message to give. I know it's not an easy message to receive, and I'm probably going to get some hate comments down below of people that don't want to admit this to yourself. But if you really sat down, ignore me, the mean person on the internet telling you what to do, if you really sit down and ask yourself and delve into your intuition, am I supposed to be with this person? Is this the right person for me? I think your intuition might say something similar to this. But like I said at the beginning, if it really doesn't seem like the message for you, if it really does not resonate, don't force it to resonate. At the end of the day, the decision is yours, what you decide to do with your life. And it could just be you clicked on the wrong video. But I think if some of this is kind of ringing true to you, it might be a sign to listen to it and to listen to yourself. So, pile 1, that is everything that I have for you. I really hope that this reading brought you the clarity that you needed, but that's all that I have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. All right, pile 2. If you chose the yellow calcite, then this is the reading for you. And off the bat, I can already tell that this is like a career/purpose type reading. So if you were looking for a different reading, it could be that, I don't know, you chose the wrong pile, or it could just be that this video isn't meant for you. If it doesn't resonate, don't force it. But what I'm seeing here, off the bat, I have multiple messages, but I think the main idea that I got here right away, I came from this color symbolism at the top. You have orange, yellow, and red. And these colors correspond to the bottom 3 chakras. Your root chakra, corresponding to the color red, your sacral chakra, which is orange, and then your solar plexus chakra, which is yellow. I believe that's how it goes. But basically, what I thought of when I saw these colors and when I thought of these chakras was what you need right now is to listen to your passion, listen to your desires. This is corresponding to your sacral chakra. You need to empower yourself and be more self-confident, that being your solar plexus chakra. And you need to ground your ideas in reality and start taking action, that being your root chakra. So this in combination is, if you've had a desire within you of something that you want to create or something that you want to pursue, Spirit is telling you, tap into this. Start thinking about, what is this thing that I'm passionate about? Where do I want to take this? With the solar plexus chakra, that being about your self-empowerment, start believing in yourself that you can make this happen. Instead of focusing on the negatives of how it could go wrong, focus instead on how it could go right. Imagine all the amazing rewards that you could reap from going after this thing. Not only the happiness of following your heart and following what you're passionate about, but like what actual rewards can you reap from this if you were to go after it? And also just belief in general in your abilities, that you are capable of doing this. And finally, with the root chakra, get out of your head, start grounding these ideas into reality. What are the steps that we need to start taking? What actions can we start taking right now to move us forward down this path? I think that is the main idea of your reading. And I'm going to get into these details here, but that was the first message that came to me, is there's something within you that is meant to be taken action upon. And it's something that you're passionate about, which is great. This is what I love to talk about. I love to inspire people to follow their hearts and follow their passions. And I think you are somebody that is meant to follow your passion. You are not somebody that is meant to sit at a desk and do a job that you don't love. You are somebody that is meant to make waves in the world and let your heart be your compass. And I think right now you're at a kind of turning point where you're asking yourself, should I go after this? Should I not? Should I delay it? And we're going to get into that. So starting off with the rejection card and the magician, what I saw when I saw these two cards together is the phrase, rejection is redirection. And this is something I truly believe in. If there's something that is not meant for you, you will be removed from that thing, even if at the time it seems horrible. Like an example that could come to mind is maybe you lose your job and you think in the moment like, oh, this is horrible. What am I going to do? How am I going to pay my bills? I was building the entire next 10 years of my life off of pursuing this thing. Now I'm not sure what direction to go in. But if instead you view it as, okay, the universe is redirecting me towards something greater. this path, it sucks that it didn't work out, but it didn't work out for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I think if you're watching this kind of video, you probably believe in that statement, that everything happens for a reason. I think you believe in higher guidance, or else you wouldn't be coming to this video. With the Magician card, I feel like you have so much momentum right now that you could be leaning into towards pursuing this thing that you're meant to do. And right now, you might be at a place where you're like, well, I don't really know where to go. But I want to encourage you, like at the very least, even if you don't know where to go, let's say that there's 100 different directions to go in. The universe just closed off one. So even if you're still not sure what direction to go in, at least you know what direction you can't go in. So you can point yourself in a different one. Like let's go with the example of you got fired from your job. It hurts. It sucks. That is never going to feel good. Even if you didn't enjoy that job, it's never going to feel good to have to go through that. But it's time for you to focus on, okay, what direction do I want to point my ship in next? What direction do I want to go in next? With the Magician, this card is telling me, whether or not you're sure of like what direction you want to go in next, the Magician is telling me that you have everything within you that you need to just pick up and go. Like, for example, this is a physical example. I'm not necessarily saying that this is what you need to do, but let's say you're sitting in your house and you're like, I have no idea where to go. Even if you don't know where to go, I think you have all the food that you need to pack. You have all the clothes that you need. You have the backpack that you need. You have the fuel in your car, and you have the running car that you need to go. What I mean by this is you have all the tools that you will need to succeed in this next path that you're going to go down. And so at the very least, even if you're not sure where to go, Spirit wants to reassure you by saying that when that inspiration strikes, when that idea comes to you, you will be able to hit the ground running. So if right now you're kind of scared, like, I just got fired, I have no momentum, I'm not sure where to go, the universe wants to, at the very least, reassure you that when that idea strikes you, you will be able to take off running. So this feeling that you're in right now of limbo or feeling like you're not sure where to go, that will alleviate itself. And once you have that idea in mind, you are going to be moving so quickly in the direction that you're meant to go in. But right now, you need to hear that message of, I know it sucks that you just got rejected from this thing, or this thing that you were working towards didn't work out. I know it sucks, but it didn't work out for a reason. There's something greater for you that you are going to go so fast towards. You are going to hit the ground running, and that path is going to lead you to so much success. But it required you to be removed from a path that you were not meant to be on. And that is like the starting message that we need to hear, is like, I know it's easy to dwell on the past and dwell on what didn't work out and to feel sorry for yourself, but Spirit is trying to at the very least encourage you that there is so much waiting for you that you can't even see yet. So many great things that you're going to look back and be like, thank God I got fired from that job, because now I'm in a place that I am so much happier in. Now I'm in a place where I'm actually enjoying all the work that I'm doing. And so the next two cards that we have here are the Determination card and the Lovers reversed. I feel like starting down this path, whether, like I said, it's like you lost your job or something, I don't think that was your decision. I think this is definitely an act of fate that the universe has done to you. Like, sometimes I'll tell people when, like, for example, the Tower card comes up in their reading. The Tower card is all about, you were in this building that had these faulty foundations and it needed to come down. But often I tell people, like, it's your decision to decide to start over. It's your decision to decide to knock down this tower and move forward. But I think in your case, it was not your decision for this to happen. And I think that's why it feels like such a major upheaval. That's why there's so much uncertainty. That's why there's all these feelings of, I have no idea what to do next. It's because it was an act of fate that is setting you on this next path, which can be hard. It's a lot easier when we come up with that idea ourselves of, I'm going to leave this job so I can pursue this thing. But I feel like in your case, or at least for the majority of you, it was very much like a sudden shift and upheaval, and now you're trying to figure out where to go and you're not exactly sure. But I really want to reinforce the fact that I truly believe that you were pulled off of a path that was only going to lead you towards more unhappiness. And I don't know, you might have characterized yourself as like, well, I'm comfortable in this job. I don't hate it, but I'm comfortable. The universe knows that you are meant for a path that you will be ecstatic about, something that you will have so much passion and desire for that everything else pales in comparison. You are not the kind of person that is just meant to be comfortable. You are not the kind of person that is meant to just be okay or, I guess I'm satisfied. You are meant to have this hunger and drive towards what you are doing, something that sets your heart on fire. And that is what the universe is setting you on. The universe is moving you towards something that you are meant for. And the Lover's reverse is like, I know it might not have been your decision to be removed from that path, but it's a damn good decision. If you could see the full perspective of why everything is happening, you would have slammed that button. Like, hell yeah, get me out of there. Put me on this other path. And the universe is working in your favor. And so even though it might not seem to you like that's what's happening right now, I really want to reinforce this idea to you that everything is happening in your favor, for your highest good. Everything is happening for you, not to you. And once you can at least flip that perspective in your mind and start believing things are happening for you, even the negative things, it'll start to at least make you feel a little bit more positive throughout these upheavals, because it's not easy. Even if you have complete and utter belief in the universe, belief in yourself that everything works out for a reason, it doesn't mean that these upheavals get any easier. But I want you to know, with the determination card, once you've found this passion, once you know what it is that you want to pursue, not only will you be moving forward so quickly, because I truly believe you have all the ability in the world to do so, not only all that, but this will be a path that you will love so inherently. It's kind of like that saying, it's about the journey, not the destination. Actually, a better analogy for this would be, like, there's two different kinds of values in things, right? There's intrinsic value and extrinsic value. Intrinsic value is like, with the example of running because you like to run, versus extrinsic value is, I'm running because it's going to get me to this thing that I want. For you, this path will have intrinsic and extrinsic value. There's something at the finish line that you want to achieve, but also you love every single step along the way. You love the act of doing. Even if you may not be reaping the rewards until you get to that finish line, there's still this love that you have for this path along the way. Like, for example, let's say that you were working in finance, and like you said, it's comfortable, you're okay with it, you're satisfied with your job, and then all of a sudden you get fired and you're like, I have no idea where to go next. And then, I don't know, maybe one day you're cooking in your kitchen and you realize, this is my passion. I love to make food. I love to feed others. I love to come up with different recipes. And then you get the idea in your head of, I want to pursue culinary school. And then you start moving really quickly and things start happening for you. And it's like, even though you may not be the head chef yet, every slice, every dish that you create, you love every single second of it. That is the kind of path that I envision for you. And I even see you going so far as to being the kind of person that has like a Michelin star critic acclaimed restaurant. Like, you'll be at that high level. But even if it takes years to achieve that, every step along the way, whether you're a sous chef or whether you're working at a mom and pop shop, you'll love every second of it. And that is so much greater in my mind than you simply being in this finance job where, yeah, you're comfortable and you're making great money and people respect you, but your heart's not in it. You are the kind of person where your heart was always meant to be in what you're doing, and the universe is trying to bring you to that. Bring you to that path where your heart is in it every step of the way, because that will be so much greater to you in the long run, so much more important to you in the long run than any other path could have been. But I know right now you're probably sitting there like, well, yeah, but I still lost my job last week and it feels like shit. And I get that. But I think what Spirit wants to do right now for you is say, you may not have all the answers right now, but if you can put the trust in the universe that things are working out for you, in your favor, let that weight kind of come off your shoulders for a second and think, okay, I may not have any idea where I'm going, I'm not sure where the universe is leading me, but I know that it's going to be something that I'm going to love because I am following my heart. And at the end of the day, once you decide to follow your heart, no matter where it leads you, it's going to lead you to what you love. Because you're following your heart. Your heart will always lead you to what you love as long as you listen to it. And finally, with the Strength card and the Ace of Cups, I think that this is reiterating to me that, if you don't know about tarot, the Ace of Cups symbolizes overflowing love. abundance of positive emotion, abundance of happiness, abundance of just completion and comfort. And with the Strength card, it's telling me, not only is this path going to lead you to this love, this overflowing love in your heart for what you're doing, for why you're doing it, for what you're pursuing, and for every step of the way, and just being on this path, you're going to love every second of it. Not only are you going to have that, but with the Strength card, I truly believe that you are somebody that is going to be so capable in this realm. Like, for example, I know that this is a random example, but let's say that you were a tennis player and you really wanted to be the best tennis player in the world, but for some reason, I don't know, you could no longer hold a tennis racket for whatever reason. And now you're like, well, I guess I'm going to try out football. And then you realize you love football, but not only that, you had no idea that you had the perfect physique for a football player. It's like you never would have seen that because you were playing tennis, and like you were all right at tennis, but once you put yourself in a football player's role, you're exceeding in ways that physically you didn't even know were possible. And so the Strength card just makes me think whatever you're going to do, you are so good at it, even if you don't know what it is. And it's like you're going to have beginner's luck times a million because it just happens so naturally for you. Like if you skateboarded all your life and then you try snowboarding and you're super good at it because you have that built-in muscle memory, it's kind of like that. Like I think you are going to excel so well in whatever realm this is. And not only that, but you are going to love it so much. And I am so excited for you, even though right now you might be really uncertain and you don't even know which direction to go in. I want you to just look forward to this feeling that I'm trying to imbue into this video with my words. You are going to love this path that the universe is setting you on. And I know there's uncertainty, but I've learned over time, over me personally following my heart, that when I feel that uncertainty, I put my faith in the universe because the universe is certain enough for me. I don't need to be certain in that moment because I know no matter what, I am being guided in the right direction. I am being guided to where I'm meant to go. And once you can really put your faith in that, and I'm not saying you have to have a specific belief or even the same belief as me, but as long as you have that belief in something higher, that you are guided, that everything happens for a reason, it's going to make all of this a lot easier, and it's going to make you look forward to things even more. So I know that was a very long rant and a lot of words, but I'm really excited for you, Pile 2. I think that there are beautiful things ahead for you that you can't see yet, but me and the universe, we can see it, and we're excited for you, and that is why you're being placed on the path that you are. That's why you're facing these rejections that feel horrible, but I want you to listen to that phrase. Rejection is just redirection. You are being redirected towards where you are meant to go. So, Pile 2, that is everything that I have for you. I really hope that this brought you the clarity that you needed, but that's all that I have. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Okay, Pile 3, last but certainly not least, I have a very weird and specific message, and I've never kind of given this message before, so if this doesn't resonate, it's probably not for you. I can already sense that this is probably a message for a very, very select few people because of just how specific it is, and I think you can even hear how perplexed I am. Like, I've never given this message before. But basically what I'm seeing here, first of all, I want to ask, I think a small majority of you, have you happened upon a cult by accident? Like, are you now hanging out around people that you kind of get cult vibes from? Because what I'm seeing here is you are going through a period of gaining so much self-confidence, so much self-empowerment, so much belief in yourself, and your eyes are being opened to so many new ideas so rapidly. And it's great. I think those feelings in and of themselves, those are really important. And I think you're gaining a lot of self-love, maybe even belief in your personal spiritual beliefs, and just having like a really big spiritual awakening. But I'm also getting this kind of sense that whoever is bringing this about, or whatever organization, or maybe it's beliefs that you've happened upon, like, I don't know, you ever heard of the alt-right pipeline? It's like a thing on YouTube and other things where it's basically the algorithm pushes very far right or very far conservative stuff on certain groups of people. This happens especially to boys who, no matter what they're interested in, whether it's video games or, I don't know, literally anything, there is an alt-right thing that starts to be influencing them through the algorithm. It's a weird thing, but it happens. I'm sure it happens on the left as well. I'm not trying to push an agenda. I'm just saying that this is a thing that happens. For some reason, I get the sense that there's something that you've happened upon that it's definitely bringing about good things in you. Like, I'll give you an example. I don't know if you've ever heard of Andrew Tate, but he is definitely somebody I would characterize as like alt-right. He would definitely be a part of the alt-right pipeline. He's very conservative, very pro-men, and I don't think anything's necessarily wrong with being pro-men, but when it puts down women, that's when it starts to be wrong. And so there's definitely good things that men can get from his message or whatever. Belief in yourself, be a protector, be strong, go after things that you want to go after. But there's also negative things that come out of that, like forcing yourself to do things that maybe aren't really good for you, or cutting out people in your life that you shouldn't, or treating people in negative ways. And so I bring up this to you because I think you have been influenced, whether it's online or by new people that you've met in your life. You've been getting a lot of great things from them, but unknowingly also letting in a lot of negative things. And I feel like this can be kind of broad. Like, it might be a spiritual thing where you're having this spiritual awakening, you're awakening your intuition and all these abilities that you didn't really know about. But then there's also this negative influence where, okay, this is kind of a personal example, but my best friend, her family were really big into Eckhart Tolle. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he wrote this book called The Power of Now. And he's got some great beliefs. He's really influenced the New Age spiritual community, and they were really into his stuff. To the point that they were actually pretty close to him, until and I keep in mind, I've heard this like second, third hand, so not trying to cast any, what's the word? Libel, or, the other word I'm looking for. I'm not trying to put down this person's reputation if it's not true. But basically what I heard was this Eckhart Tolle guy was trying to use his influence to get people to sleep with him. And that is not good. And so basically what I'm trying to say is, yeah, he might be having this great influence on, people's spiritual awakening, people's belief in themselves, but there's also something deeper that's sinister that's going on here. And to bring this message to you, what I see is the magic card, the love card. These are great. You are being awakened to all these things, whether it's your self-belief, your self-empowerment, following your path, or, these spiritual things that you're really into, or just, belief in yourself of like becoming a business person and, empowering yourself financially and doing all these things. And with the love card, like just really loving this, and there's so many new things coming to you at once. But something that happens when all these new things are coming to us at once is we're not, we can be a little naive to exactly what people are trying to influence us to do. And with the stop card, I think Spirit is telling you, like, yeah, you were meant to go down this path to learn these great things, but also it's starting to get to this point where somebody might end up taking advantage of you, whether it's in a very bad way, like I think you can catch my drift, or it's somebody takes advantage of you financially. You get so into their thing that they're talking about and the things that they believe in that they convince you to start letting them handle your money, or for them to, make you sell your house because God has a plan for you. It's like, we need to actually start being a little aware of what these people's intentions might be. Because yeah, they might have helped you out a lot. Yeah, you might have really connected with them. Yeah, you could have gotten some actually really good things that we don't need to discount those good things. But Spirit is telling you, be really aware of what's going on behind the scenes. There are real things at stake here. Are they taking your money? Are they pulling you away from your loved ones? Are they influencing you in a negative way? Like with the Andrew Tate example, yeah, he's trying to empower these young men to, be strong, be masculine, but he's also putting these ideas in their heads that women are sluts and women are trying to pull you away from your masculinity, and in order to be masculine you need to work 1,000,000 hours a week and step on everybody to get to the top, and you need to have all this money in the world, nothing is okay, or nothing is perfect, always be doing more and more and more. There are negative sides to every coin. And I truly believe that you are meant to, if we use a cult example, I'm not saying you're a part of a cult, but you are meant to join this group so that you could get the good things out of it, the self-love, the new ideas, the new perspectives. But then there comes a time where we need to exit that, because we're not meant to live in a cult forever. We're not meant to have those roots grow into us to where we become like a zombie who can't really think for themselves. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, okay? Get the information pamphlet and get out. Basically, that's what I'm getting here, is with the stop card, Spirit is saying, okay, our time here, our tenure here is over. It's time to get out, because there's some nefarious things going on. And I think this is a general reading. It's meant for a lot of people. Use your own insights and intuitions to kind of ask yourself, like, what is the extent of this? Like, am I actually in danger here? I think there could definitely be some of you that maybe you're really genuinely in a bad spot where there's some people influencing you to do some very not okay things. For others, it's just something like, these people no longer resonate with me. It's time to move on. Or, this path that I'm going down no longer feels right. I don't like the person that I'm becoming. It's time to move on. Use your own, what's the word I'm looking for? Use your own intuition. What's the word I'm thinking of? I can't think of it right now, but, I trust you to make the right decisions for yourself. Really look around and ask yourself, is it okay to be staying here? Is everything still kosher? Or is some weird stuff going on behind the scenes? With the Five of Pentacles card, this honestly makes me think that there could be some bad financial things that are going on here. If there's a person or a group of people that is relying on you financially, or like, for example, how churches ask for donations? It's great if you want to donate to a church because you care about the church and it's a great institution and that they're going to give that money to the right places. But if it's like they require you to donate to be a part of the group or to move up to the advanced level, we really need to be looking at that and think, where is this money actually going to? And do I really need to be doing this? Is this really just smoke and mirrors? Are people actually taking advantage of me? If there's any sort of organization that requires you to pay more money to get to the top, to unlock secrets, I'm telling you, it's a pyramid scheme. There's definitely something weird going on. We probably shouldn't be a part of this. And I think it's really easy to give into that or to have rose-colored glasses on when we are getting legitimate benefits out of it. When you are becoming a person who is very strong, very self-assured, who is actually accomplishing a lot of things because of this organization or group or these people that you're around, it's easy to be like, well, yeah, I want to put my trust in you because look at all these results that I've gotten out of it. But even something that has given you amazing results can also give you negative ones. And you, at the end of the day, need to be in charge of your personal decisions. Nobody else should be influencing you to do things that you're uncomfortable with. And also, with the Strength card and the Love card here, what I'm seeing is, even if this is something that you become disillusioned with and you look back on it and you're like, man, I really shouldn't have been a part of that group, Spirit is telling you, don't discount the good things that you've gained from it. I know, like, if something bad happens, you might end up looking back and being like, I want to rid myself of any influence that this ever happened over me. I think Spirit is telling you, like, kind of be able to differentiate what was actually good that you gained from that, because everything happens for a reason. Even if it ends up being like a cult and everybody drinks the Kool-Aid and you're like, uh-oh, what happened? There was a huge disaster that just happened. I don't want to be a part of this. I want to actually rid my life of everything that I learned from this. There could still be good things that you've gotten out of that. Like, if you became very self-confident and you became really empowered, you don't need to get rid of that. Even if you walk away from this being like, man, I wish that never happened, you still grew into a person that, all experience, even bad experience, is good because it's still experience that forms our perspectives and allows us to be a better, more informed person that we were before. And so I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. Spirit's telling you, like, you don't need to completely disconnect and then scrub away everything that happened here. You can disconnect, have your own boundaries, realize that, it probably wasn't that great to be listening to Andrew Tate, but also you don't need to go swing the complete opposite way where now you don't have any masculinity, for example, going with the Andrew Tate thing. You can disconnect from that, unfollow him, realize that he was saying some things that really aren't right, but still take some of those things that were good and be like, well, it did build me into a more confident person that goes after what I want and wants to protect others and wants to be strong and XYZ. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. But the final message that's like the nail in the coffin for this is like, I always say, and I think I even said in pile 1, but for a different example, was I always, with these readings, try to lay out all the facts and then have people make their own decisions. I never like to tell people what to do. But in this reading, if Spirit gives me these cards and I see that there's a 100% thing of like, you need to be told not to do something, that's what I'm getting here. Because you literally have the stop card clarified by the Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant has to do with institutions. It has to do with church. It has to do with school. Think of like just things where we get our like traditions from, or things that we get our ideas from, things that have structure, like those organizations, for example. With it reversed, it's straight up telling you whatever this thing is, this group of people, this organization, this church, this belief, this alt-right pipeline, whatever it is that you've been delving into, this cult, for example. It is telling you with the Hierophant reversed, this is not a good cult. This is a bad cult. This is not a cult that we should stay in. And with the stop card, it's saying, full stop, it's time to get out of here. Everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid. It's time to get out, don't drink it. Like I said, there could have been great things that you got out of this, feelings of love and self-empowerment, and you learned all these new lessons and you became this stronger person. But now let's get out of here because we're not going to space with the aliens. We're not drinking the Kool-Aid to be saved by the mothership. I hope you understand the reference that I'm talking about there, even though it's a little bit dark. It's not funny, not a funny thing. But anyways, all this to say, like I said, this is a very specific message. I think Spirit just wants to wake you up to, if you are being taken advantage of and you're not realizing it, it's time to make that realization so that you don't get hurt. At the end of the day, Spirit does not want you to get hurt, but things still happen for a reason. It's not like Spirit led you to this place to get hurt. Spirit led you to this place so that you could learn these things, so that you could grow, so that you could take away some of the good things, but also differentiate what are the bad things so that we don't pull those in as well. Let's take the good, let's leave the bad, and let's get out of the cult before things start to go crazy. So that is the reading that I have for you. I know that it seems kind of random, personally, like I've never given a reading like this, but this is the message that somebody needed to hear, so I am just the messenger. But that is everything that I have for you. I really hope that this brought you the clarity that you needed. I'm not even really sure what kind of question you could have come into this with, like, should I leave this cult? Should I not? But, that's the answer that Spirit has for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.